Hello, Denise. It is time to videotape the labor of Samson Mark. And I think I'm trying to make sure you get a clear view of everything without, falling. All right. Ta-da, baby. His arms and legs are right here. So the first thing we do, like I told you with his sister, is we open the bags and we put some beads in his arms and legs to weight them. So, he will sit up better, or at least, sit a little bit. At his age, he'd be just starting, balancing on his little butt. So, here we go. Maybe this time I won't spill it. Okay. Little arm. Funnel. And cup. Here we go. And remember, we're going to fill these to about the elbow and the knee. And then we're going to work it all down nicely into the little hand, little footy, whatever we're working on. Let's see how that goes. Yep, that's about perfect. And then we're just going to work it down because we want it to be all through the arm. All right. Then we're going to add some polyfill. Not plastic, just a polyfill. We're going to add this in here. This is the regular polyfill. We use a super soft just around the tummy and the internal area just to make them extra cuddly and snuggly. We are stuffing this in, and we're going to get it nice and stuffed because we don't want those glass beads moving out. If the glass beads come out, it can be an issue. So we're going to stuff him pretty good. Make sure we have everything in. Ooh, I forgot one little thing. Let me get this. I need my glue. I think I brought my glue back in here. I'm gonna have to get my glue. We'll use this glue this time. There it is. Alright. Glue. Okay. Now. Oh, yeah. Woo! I just dropped all of my rings. So let's grab those. And we're going to put the rings on. And this part here goes toward the body. I think those might be too, yep, those are going to be too small. Which diamonds? All right, hold that thought for just a second while I make sure I got the right rings. Okay, confirmed. These are the right ones. I just wanted to make sure. We're just going to work these in. And these, you don't have to have the rings. And a lot of people don't use them. There are other ways, including some super glue that you let dry. I honestly prefer the rings. I think they make the baby move easier. Make it twist easier. Just all of that. I like my baby's arms and legs to move, but not, like them to move. That's a good one. We'll just stay with that. All right, here we go. And we'll just work it the rest of the way through. By law, I should have done this, or by right, I should have done this before I put the stuffing in it. So, there we go. And then we're going to move that stuffing around a little bit. And there we go. All right. There we go. Arm on. One down. We're going to put this on first. And then, because I learned from my mistakes, and even after 21 dolls, this is 22, I still frack up a few times, but I always manage to fix it. These are a pain to get on sometimes, but like I said, I like the effect that they give because they make the arm move so much better than the legs, which helps with posability. Yeah, I'm struggling just a little bit. My hands are not working so hot today. But give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, rings are on. We cheated and did it a little bit off camera because I didn't want you to have to sit there and watch me struggling. So, now we're going to work on the arm again. The next arm, we've got one arm done. We're going to work on this arm. Let it all pour in there. We can always pull it out if we need to. We can always add a little more. Let's make sure it'll all go down into the little arm. And then, just like the other one, stuffing. I'm going to do some stuffing. And I like to get it really down there so it's really packed. For one thing, it makes the arms feel a little more real. For another, it keeps the glass beads in. Now, these glass beads are not any of the cheap stuff that some artists will buy. They buy sandblasting stuff, but that is just so small. And it goes through stuff. Even though I use microfiber bags, it's still, I don't know, I don't like it. It's too small. So I use 0.75 to 1, number 3, I believe, glass beads. All right, got that one stuffed. Now, what did I do with that? Here it is. We're going to do our little things. You saw me do this last time. We're going to draw around just like so. We're going to make another one because we got 2 arms and 2 legs. So we're going to move that over a little bit. All right, here we go. There we go. Now we're going to cut these out. And I can always cut them a little more if I need to so they don't hang over, but these are not good scissors, but they'll work. We're just going to cut a circle following our path here. Oops, that wasn't a circle. You know, I cannot follow a line. I don't know why. I never have been able to. That's one. And I'm just going to round this out. Again, I can take some off. But can't really put it back on. So we're going to measure it and make sure it fits right. Yep. Just like that. I need to cut just a little bit off of a couple of areas. Just a little bit of stragglers. Okay. Glue. I think I got this glue opened. I do not. So let's open this glue. Hang on, I gotta get a different pair of scissors. Not those. Those are my hair cutting scissors. I have a set of hair cutting scissors that I only use for hair. All right, let's put this on. Come on. There we go. Put a nice little bead around it. I don't need to do this. You can just leave it as is, but I like to spread it out a little bit. Make sure everything is all tuckered in. Then we're going to put on, I think I dropped the other one. I'll find it. We're going to put this on. Okay. We're going to hold that down. Got it nice. We're going to wipe off the extra glue. Not that it can get anywhere, but I prefer to make sure everything is nice and solid. Okay. Yep. There's the other one. I dropped it. Oh well, I'll cut another one. This belt is like 24 cents. Something like that. I have no problems with wasting a little bit of it. 33 cents, sorry. We'll just cut around here. Okay, as long as we have enough to do the rest of the body. We need to trim this up a little, make it a little bit smaller. I don't want any holdout. That's my main thing. So, a little bit more. My guess on sizes is not good. I can't really tell the difference in some things. I'm trying not to cut it too small, and as a consequence, I'm cutting it way too big. So, all right, that'll work. And again, we're going to put a little bead. Just going to put a little bead right around here. Spread it out a little. Tuck. Habit. Okay, and then we're going to apply this like this. We're going to wipe off excess. I need to trim this just a little. And if you're asking why I don't do that prior to, just put it on and cut, I don't know. But why don't we do something smart here, and we'll get this one cut. And my daughter uses the scraps on this for some crocheting projects, like stuffing and, you know, putting things on to where it's, if she needs it to be, you know, nothing to leak. She doesn't do anything with the beads or anything, but sometimes she wants it to be like a cat. She's made some cat toys, and she needed it to be more solid. All right. Let's get some glass beads in this little leggy. Okay, not so little leggy. Nice chunky. We'll just get these in here. Now, a little more. I had to do, because he's got an open mouth, and because of the way his mouth is, I had to do some modifications to his binky. You can see the magnet is much lower, but that's because in order to make the magnet stick at all through his mouth, because his little mouth is open, I had to change the binky a little. Since I know you make them, you make these things, I will warn you that it's a little lower than I would like. Usually I like to put it right behind the lips, but like I said, because this baby has an open mouth and he's got a lot of excess vinyl behind his mouth, I couldn't get the magnet, even the strong earth magnets, to stick properly. So I put the magnet in him a little lower. Still, as you can see, still looks like he's sucking his passy. It's just a little bit lower. And the magnet and the, not magnet, the, oh, what do you call that? The yeah, I guess it is the magnets, have to be a little bit lower on the pacifier. And here we go. We'll make a bead. The legs are easier to do than the arms because they're much bigger in any baby. We'll put this on, and then we'll do the other leg. I always do the limbs first. Extra glue. See, that's nice and sturdy. I always do the limbs first, just because I like to have them done and on the body. It makes it a little bit easier for me to get everything else done, to get it stuffed. Even though with these bodies, you don't really need that. Stuffing, getting the beads in. I think I'm going to need a little bit more, but let's see. Yeah, we're going to need just a little bit more. Not much. Don't want a lot. There we go. Okay. We'll get it wrapped on down and stuffed. Yeah, this thing of stuffing actually goes quite a ways. So there's our little stuffer that I never use. It comes in, oops, I got a little too much there. These stuffer things, little wooden dowels, come with pretty much every bag of polyfill. And I have somewhere a drawer full of them. I don't use them. I use my hands and my fingers. Occasionally I'll use something else, but never those. I don't know. I don't know why. Okay, next. Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do his birth today. I'm still trying to help my daughter and son-in-law from their auto accident yesterday, yeah, that was scary. And thought we might lose her husband, Nomeo. I think I told you guys, some guy crossed the center lane and just hit him head on. Clapped the tire. Now again, we are using these in the head. And that is because we want a little bit less weight, and it really doesn't matter how much goes in the head, because, yeah, I forgot, this one doesn't do that. This one won't go through. So I have to do this a little differently. Here, let me put this all back in here. I forgot that these are too big for my funnel. My funnel's made for this. Also, something else we need to get out here is our handy dandy scale. Use the sucker for about everything with babies. Here we go. Make sure that's nothing on it. Alright. Here we go. First of all, we're going to put a little stuffing in the bottom. Hopefully, it's a little much. I keep grabbing a little much. It's a brand new bag, so it's all... Dropped his passy. He's going to start screaming in a minute. Alright, here we go. We're going to get that in there. And I want that to sit nicely on the top of the skull and a little bit forward. Pretty boy. Here we go. Now we're going to put the bag in. And we're going to spread this out around his little neck here. And then we're going to start filling carefully. Very carefully. I am trying to avoid... This one's not... He is wanting to run away. What are you putting in my head? And now, the difference between these older babies and newborns is you don't want their head to be as heavy as a newborn. By the time they get this age, they've got more control of their neck. We're just moving it down into the doll a little more. Yeah, his hair. His hair is everywhere right now, but I promise it's adorable when it's not. It's kind of fly away. I'll get it all fixed up, and then when he comes to you, if you still want it a little shorter, you can cut it a little shorter. I mean, he's your baby. I didn't want to get it too short. Okay. We need some more. I am going for a specific weight, not one that's on, like, not one I measure. Just one that, I don't know, feels right. I'm trying to make it feel right to me. And we just gotta keep on squishing it down, filling a little more. I'm feeling his, every time I pick up his little head, I'm feeling it a little bit to see if I'm at the weight I want. I'm not yet. It doesn't, I don't like to make a lot of weight in older babies. Like I said, newborns, their head is like a huge percentage of their body weight. So, we make their heads really super heavy because it's a huge percentage of their body weight. But the older the baby gets, the less body weight is in their head. So, and you still want it to flop a little. You still want it to be, you know, a little loose because they're only a few months old. They don't have full control over their necks yet. So you want it to be just a tiny bit floppy. You don't want it to be, you know, like if I were making an actual, like a toddler, then while I would put some weight in the head, it wouldn't be anywhere near what I will do for these, you know, the smaller babies. And like I said, with, as you can tell with Gracie and Alexander, their head has a lot of weight in it. Now I'm making a mess. Let's see if I can tuck this in a little more. It helps when you can put it over the neck like this, but it takes a bit. Oops, I spilled it. I'm gonna have to sweep. Oh, this is what happens when you have carpal tunnel. We'll get that all out of his hair. Because I'd rather pick it off of the ground than out of a baby. And after I get done, I'll sweep. Everything can sometimes give you I do just a little bit more. I'm almost where I want to be with him. And that's another thing. I'm not like, don't change my babies once you buy them. Once you buy them, might as well make a mess now. Once you buy them, it's your baby. If you want to add weight, take away weight, add an armature, whatever. Yeah, I think just the teeniest bit more. You can do whatever you want to do with it. It's your baby. It's literally your doll. So, I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. Might have saved me from making a mess, huh? Of course not. Okay. That, I believe, is what I want. Let's get that in there. Oops. I'm making an ungodly mess today. I'm going to have to sweep when I'm done, but that's okay because I usually do. I usually make a mess. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap. And we're going to tie. And again, I told you last time, like when I was putting Samantha together, I do a little extra things because I want to make sure that nothing comes undone. So I'm going to knot that. We're going to put that all in the head. Pull it right back out. Here you go. I have some tiny little zip ties. See if I can get a few out here. I'm going to need a few. And what I do is I just wrap this around under the existing tie. And I zip tie it nice and tight. And we're going to cut this zip tie off. Okay. Now we're going to tuck and make sure we are where we want it to be. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right. And now we're going to add some more stuffing. I like to make sure that it's stuffed well behind the face. I like that with an older baby, I really want it to be kind of in the weight to be kind of in the middle. But I really like to make sure that there's stuffing behind the face. Just so you don't have a lot of, pushy or anything. I don't know. It makes sense to me. And then I put some more back here. That's why I was so shocked when Samantha arrived with that. It had to have been because they let her get heated and the vinyl heated up. Because I try and stuff really well. Okay, a little bit more here in the neck. Well, that's not enough. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Oops, done with that. All right, now we're going to do the same thing we did with the arms and legs. We're going to cut a circle. Or in my case, kind of an oval because I can't cut a straight line to save my soul. A little bit more. All right, and that might, yep, all right. Get the scrap out. Gotta find my glue again. So yeah, we have, I am trying, and then I'm gonna weigh the head. Because while I know what it feels like, I want to make sure I at least have a pound in there. Come on, stop doing that. Move that glue around a little. Yeah, if I have to stop the video, it will just be to go check on my daughter and my son-in-law, because I'm not convinced they're okay. Still, it worries me, you know. We always worry about our kids, I guess. Okay, now we're gonna weigh. Oh, first we're gonna put the battery back in. I don't like this thing to die, you know, batteries to die, and I think I might have not turned it around the last time. My battery may be dead. In which case, I have to find another battery. Ah, there it goes. Okay. And pounds. There we go. Because I want this to be at least a pound. 1 pound, 5.3 ounces. There we go. Good me. All right. Now comes the fun part. We find where to put the body. Here's the body. Okay. 1 second. Sorry about that. I like to make sure and confirm I'm using the right body for the right doll. All right. We're gonna look at this thing. Okay, this is the front. So we're going to put thumb up. Thumb up on this side. Okay. Zip tie it. And I don't totally do them. I put it on enough that it will stay, I hope. But I do not tighten them all the way yet, because I want to make sure I have everything the way I want it. So basically just tighten up that it'll stay in there. And I don't trim anything off until I have everything attached and all the heads and everything else. So, all right. Here we go. I'm gonna slide that in and slide that in. All right. And then we'll put the other little army on. And again, not overly tight, just tight enough to stay on. And then we're going to put our little leggies on. Now I like these bodies because they've got this on the inside, so that nothing on the inside should ever be able to work its way out, which is a good thing. All right. Big toe, big toe. Oh, crap. I forgot. Hold that thought. I gotta grab something. Sorry. I forgot I needed to get a zip tie. And I use very specific zip ties that I get from Dolls by Sandy. They have a very small head. And that gives them so you can actually put them inside. Again, not overly tight. And then this one. There. Sometimes they put them in at a weird, where it's a weird angle. Most bodies come with the zip tie's already in, but not closed. So, all right, here we go. All right, there we go. We have the beginnings of a body. Okay, we have the beginning of a body. Now, butt. Squishy, squishy butt. Adhesives on there, and we will fill its little butt up. We want to get that nice, and we want to get that in a nice spot because you want it to fill up his little behind. Okay. Now, since we know we're making him super heavy, because we want to go at least 10 pounds, we are going to add some weight in front of his butt. First, I'm going to add a little bit of this just to hold it all in place. This would be polyfill. I just want to hold everything in spots. So everything's probably going to move around anyway. Usually it does, and I end up digging my hand into the baby, which is fine. A little bit more. Get in there. And like I said, we're just going to stuff some in there just to hold it and hold the silicone pads in place. All right. Now, since I've learned what I need to do from Samantha, we are going to make as heavy a bag as we can, and we are going to put it in front of the butt. Okay? Now, I am going to use this right now. This is a nylon. This is what most artists actually use. Now, normally, because I don't like to take a chance on leaks, I use my microfiber cloths, my microfiber bags. However, one of the things I want this weight to do is kind of squeeze in the middle and make basically go to two sides. These are harder to do that with. This is much easier. And because I use the regular beads, this regular glass beads, and not like I said, the sandblasting stuff, since I use these, it's really not a problem because it's 9 times out of 10 not going to come out of the nylon. But we want at least to get a couple of pounds in here. It takes a while. And what we can do is weigh what we've got here so we have a better idea what we're looking for. Get you all on. About 3 pounds here. And another pound in the head. So 4 pounds. So we're going to need about 6 pounds. So we're going to put a couple of pounds in here, because this is going to give the weight to the butt. And you'll see what I mean when I get it stuffed about how you can divide it. Make it kind of, you can twist it so that it goes in the middle. I just put it on the scale, so I'm keeping an eye on how much we're putting in here. And this is full of glass beads. I also have another bag of glass beads over there. just over 2 pounds. I think we're going to stop there. Now, this is 2 pounds. We're going to tie a knot here. And then we're going to spread it out a little bit. All right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to double it. So we're going to take the excess and we're going to put it back over and like that. And then we're going to tie this side and tie a knot. Now, again, I don't use it in most babies. Most babies, I only use my microfiber, but this is easier to do this with. And you can see. And then I'm going to take one of these. I'm not going to put it on super tight. I may have to use a bigger one. Yeah, I'm going to have to use a bigger one. We are going to put on the slightly larger ones. And these have small heads too. They just aren't as small as the ones that you get from one of the stores. All right. We're going to try and make this about even on both sides. Okay. Like I said, we're not tightening it too tight. I want some movement between the two. And then we are going to work this in through the neck hole. Which is this is one reason why some people do not put the arms and legs on until last. Alright, we are going to put this in front of, make sure I got everything where I want it. You get back over there. This, and then that. And again, with it separated like that, it makes a cute little butt. Before I discovered the silicone pads, I used super soft stuffing and these beads just like this to make the little butts. So, there we go. All right, now we're going to add some more stuffing. It's a process. It's not just, you know, it's a process. We're going to add some stuffing behind. We're going to add some stuffing in the front. We're going to grab the super soft stuffing now, which is harder to find. And we're going to put this over here. And then we're going to slide in the tummy. And we're going to slide it in right there. All right. Oh, that feels so real. And now we are going to add another bag of weight. Here we go. We're going to add more weight. Because we want to get you to the 10 pounds like Samantha. Takes a while, like I said. But he's coming along. Look at his pretty little face. Let's get this off. I don't want to put too much in here, in either one, that I can't close it up. Because that kind of defeats the purpose. But these hold about a pound and a quarter. Like I said, I am doing my best here to get him as close to his sister as possible. I think his sister is 10.5, or yeah, 10.5. 10 pounds, 5 ounces. All right, I think that's about what we're going to put in this one. Let's shake it down a little bit, and we might, yeah, we can get a little more in there now. It's kind of, I don't know, I guess by feel. And you want to, really get it to where you don't want to pack it too much. Because if you pack it too much, you can't tie it. And I got this one we're going to move it around a little bit. There we go. And one of the things you can remember with these microfiber bags is that they are really, really sturdy. So, and frankly, you don't really need the extra zip tie. Just doing it, if I can ever get it done, just doing it this way is actually perfectly fine. But I have a better safe than sorry attitude. I don't want any of my babies' that didn't work. I don't want any of the babies, for them to start feeling weird and you to take it apart and find it full of glass beads. So that's why I do it this way. And like I said, not everybody does. Everybody makes their babies in their own unique way. But I love the fact that you love the way I make my babies, which is why you've come back. Oh, you're already getting heavy, kiddo. I do not know how you haul around 10 pounds. I once made one that was 14, and I about died from it. But I ended up selling her. I made her for me, actually, but I ended up selling her to a girl who had lost her baby. Lori was a little redhead, and this woman had lost a little baby about 10 months old, which was, Lori was meant to be about 9. She was a cookie 9-month. So I sold her to this girl. And again, I sell most of my babies for about what I get in them. Now we're going to put this on. Just for extra added security. And trim this one off. I don't want to cut the cord. Not yet. Okay. Now we're going to add this one to the baby. Then we're going to wait and see what we need. Because we have the head as well, and, you don't want to overstuff one of these. Now, all right. Oh, good Lord, you're heavy. All right, let's put your little legs up, your little arms out. Getting the bigger babies onto the scale can be difficult. And there are actually times I have to go weigh them on my people scale. Oops, my scale went off. Damn it. Can you not go off, please? I'm using you. All right, here we go. 9 pounds, 10 ounces. We're almost there. Ah, all right. Okay. We're going to put another bit in here. And we're going to stuff that in a little bit. Let's get you back on the scale, kiddo. Oh, heavy. All right, make sure you're all on. We'll add the little head. Okay, 9 pounds, 10 ounces, and then we'll add that. 10 pounds, 2 ounces. I'll add just a little more because I know you want him close to Samantha. But I don't want to get them too heavy either. And actually, it's not the heaviness that bothers me. I don't want to get them overstuffed. Okay. Now we will seal this one like we sealed all the others. And I could have actually divided it and put more in this one and less in the other one. But it's already sealed. It doesn't make a lot of difference, honestly. It's okay, Scorpius. Sorry, my grandkitty has allergies. He was in a house fire. My daughter and my son-in-law had a house fire a few years ago. And he barely made it out. And while he was in there, his sinuses were damaged. So, yeah. He's got some sinus issues. All right, here we go. Now, ew, that goes away. Okay, here we go. We're going to put you in. And then we're going to stuff around with more stuffing. Now, the stuffing won't add much weight, but it will add a little bit. So, he will probably be a little bit off from his sister. But can't be helped. Babies are individuals. They're fraternal twins, not identical. And even identical twins aren't identical in size all the time. All right, here we go. Put a little more. Not that much. But just a little more right in here. I want to get behind the tummy, not in front of it. I want you to feel the silicone when you pat it. It's his little tum-tum. All right. All right, that's got to move a little bit. Hold on, I got to readjust. I don't want that to be felt. All right, that should do it. Put a little bit more right over that because I don't want you to feel any of the internal things, except the tummy, obviously. All right, here we go. Now, can't forget, where did I put it? Because I got one out. Here we go. Because my heart and soul goes into these babies. We're going to put his little heart in. And then we're going to get prepared to put the head on. Are you ready? You ready? We're having a birth. There we go. Here we go. Just tighten. Now I never tighten it again completely until I weigh him and everything is exactly the way I want. But let us look. 4:27 p.m. Samson. And you know what? I think I need... Yeah. This is why I do not stuff... this is why I do not tighten them all the way. Because I'm not happy with how he feels. away from the baby. This is not working right. Sorry. We're going to call it 427 still, but I'm not happy. I wasn't happy with how his head was sitting. I need a little more stuffing in his shoulders because I don't want his head to be limp. So I just need a little more stuffing. A little bit too much. All right. Now, I just got to get another zip tie. And I have that here. I have my extras. And I have my extras for this very reason. Because sometimes I have to take it back apart. Get this right back in. I love these. I have a lot of bad things about Bountiful Babies sometimes, but their bodies are made for easy putting together. All right, here we go. Let's try this one more time with feeling. Okay, let me see here. All right, here we go. All right. Samson Mark Miller. Welcome to the world. Okay. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to finish getting him all dressed and then I will come back. Okay, here we go. Samson Mark Miller. I misread my watch. He was actually born at 4:20. Not 4:27, 4:20. The 25th of March, 2023. He weighs 10 pounds, 7 ounces. Little bigger than his sister. And he will be coming home to you on Monday. So, Samson and I, we're going to have a night and we're going to do our photo shoot. We'll send you pictures. We'll send you pictures in a few minutes of just our live baby here, our little boy. He is so cute. He's going to be posable like his sister. 10 pounds, 7 ounces. I hope he's exactly what you want. Thank you so much, Denise, for everything you do and all the babies and everything there is. Thank you. Bye-bye, Mama.